There they go.
Match has started.
We are underway. Looks like the Dwarven Ninjas are the first out of the water.
Both teams accessing their bow and arrow chests, and some fire is being shot. Already first blood. The Dwarven Ninjas.
Yes. Pokemon 64 of the Dwarven Ninjas is sprinting ahead. He's got some wood, and it looks like he has in his possession a efficiency gold pick because he is just chewing through some of these blocks. Two members of Dwarven Ninjas are heading down to the goodies section. I believe they may be attempting to split up to both bridge out and get the goodies. Let's see.
Now, 3 members of Boomstick are engaging 1 member of the Dwarven Ninjas, which is an excellent strategy for the Dwarven Ninjas as long as they can hold it up.
Yeah, as long as he avoids getting
a lot of
hit,
manpower.
he can still pin them down.
He's doing a good job of that, so. 3 members are still over here at the very beginning. All 4.
The Dwarven Ninjas have gained access to the iron block room and have plopped down a crafting bench. It looks like they may be crafting armor and supplies right here.
Very successful strategy for Ployarchos. He's killed 2 members of Boomstick, and they have not made much progress.
Looks like 1 member of Boomstick is starting to sprint ahead. It looks like it's Sea Sniper. I don't know if he's going to attempt to bridge across or head down. Let's see. Looks like he looked at the bridge and decided to come back and is now digging down behind one of these trees. And is getting shot at by trunks of Dwarven Ninjas who did build a dirt bridge across the chasm.
Being the first across a bridge like this can be a real big advantage because it's very hard to build a safe bridge across while you're getting shot at from that sort of angle.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the Dwarven Ninjas capitalize on that.
I'm gonna see if anyone has tried to sneak ahead for the water wool here.
Boomstick has started constructing their dirt bridge and are under fire. Sea Sniper was shot off.
And I do like that it is more common now to see, instead of bridges prevent arrows from hitting you, they let the arrows hit you, but they have a guardrail to prevent you from falling off. Because once you have armor, the arrows themselves are not too much of a problem compared to splatting on the ground.
On the other hand, while you're trying to build the bridge, having a guardrail doesn't help too much.
One thing that Dwarven Ninjas is doing that Boomstick is not is Dwarven Ninjas has made sure to light up their bridge, their forest, part of their start area.
No luck building the bridge for Boomstick. They are being shut down here.
Dwarven Ninjas have claimed the diamond blocks as well in the goodie section.
No such resource gathering for Boomstick, though.
So we may see mostly diamond armored and or iron armored Dwarven Ninjas on the surface. Lost track of one of them.
Boomstick has completed their bridge. Well, there's a jumpable gap on their bridge, but it's good enough to get across. And they are now heading towards their victory. No, sorry, not the victory monument.
The brick
towards
tower.
The first brick tower, yeah. Sort of a sniping spot, I guess.
The Dwarven Ninjas are bridging across the water.
Ooh. Big creeper at the brick tower.
Which will allow them to traverse it really quickly. I don't think anyone of their team has tried to run the wool here yet. I believe this is the bully wool. Yes, the cyan wool.
Which number is that, Cyan?
That is the first wool. The one under the water section.
Taking a look farther down the map, I don't see anyone from either team yet.
Well, Trunks from Dwarven Ninjas was going ahead. It could be he is in the mushroom section. Wait, I think I might see a name.
No one in the volcanoes.
Could be he went back to get supplies, namely torches, because he didn't light up his bridge. And night is not too far away, I think. Actually, I can't tell.
It's noon right now.
Look up! Don't look to the left and to the right.
Where's the sun? No one in the second world dungeons that I can see either. So they're all back towards the beginning for both teams.
Fold ESI is coming out of the goodie section, but he is not wearing any special armor, even though his skin is diamond armor. Okay, one member of Dwarven Ninjas is going for the cyan wool. I saw a torch flash indicating that he was getting an air bubble out of that. It's really hard to see them in the water. He is getting hit by creepers. It's Pokemon 64.
Boomstick is using the pre-built TNT cannon down by the gold blocks to provide some harassment to the other team. It's actually shooting upwards before exploding, and it dealt some damage up at the surface. Another shot.
Nice.
See, there's an underground base here, and they're trying to destroy that.
Let's see what supplies are in here before they disappear. These chests are empty.
Okay. Still no iron or diamond resource gathering from Boomstick.
Yeah, Ploy Arcos here is fully decked out in diamond armor and is still relatively unscathed by the the TNT cannon shots. Pokemon 64 is underwater. He may be having some breath problems because I hear some potential drowning noises.
Some iron armor, some diamond armor for Ploy Arcos. Don't know how to pronounce his name.
I would assume it's Ploy Arcos, but I could be wrong.
Arcos. Believe it.
Full DSI is in the brick tower. Looks like they may be organizing supplies.
Pokemon 64 is nearing the cyan wool room. Very close. But he still has to escape with the wool.
Yes, they may do a pass around method here because
it should be possible.
It is possible.
Yeah. We'll see if that happens.
At least store some there just in case.
Right. Shouldn't be too hard to retrieve even once it's stored there. They are spending a lot of time at this TNT cannon, and I don't know how useful that is. There may be some supplies that they're trying to destroy. Or maybe they just really want to get rid of the gold blocks. I don't know.
Well, there is a bed. That's way too far up. Never mind. I was thinking maybe they were trying to go for the bed that was on the upper level that they were hoping the enemy would sleep in, but it hasn't been nightfall yet. And you usually want to save destroying beds until daytime anyway, because that way when they respawn, they won't be able to immediately reset a bed.
Iron blocks are still untouched by Boomstick. Looks like they're just gonna completely ignore those and head out further into the map.
Looks like Pokemon 64 has reached the wool room here. He just needs to punch through this glass, which is easier said than done when you are underwater.
I'm gonna look farther down the map and see if there's anyone down there yet. I haven't seen anyone go that direction. Oh.
Well, we haven't seen Trunks in a while. He may be further down.
Second wall is still untouched by both teams. They haven't even attempted the dungeon. Don't see torches on this end of the map either. Oh, I do see one member of their team. Looks like he is full day 3 is going for the second wall.
Pokemon 64 has opened the cyan wool chest and is claiming the diamond block underneath of it. And he's just gonna head out the way he came in, it looks like.
Did he do the pass around?
No.
Okay. That is risky.
Did you check
Give
in
me
with
a heads
the...
up in case you didn't know. The Dwarven ninjas have the first wool.
Yep.
Yes.
It looks like they're about to attempt the second, maybe. It's also almost nighttime, so we'll see. We'll see how much the teams have lit up their sides.
They may have been waiting for nightfall to do the other attempts if they're that difficult. That way there's no spawn delay. Because they can just immediately set their beds. I see Trunks and full DSI down here with a lot of supplies.
That is correct.
Oh, did they make this tunnel, or is this tunnel already here?
I think they made that tunnel. Yeah, I think they've dug down there. I'll let you watch them while I head back to towards the beginning.
Zombie is chasing Trunks.
Pokemon 64 is above ground now, still wearing diamond armor, so I believe they have safely secured the first wall.
Which I believe is cyan wool on this map.
Still no activity from Boomstick with regards to any of the walls, to my knowledge. I think they've had some trouble with PvP. Dark Dude is sort of stranded on a ledge here. I don't even know how he got here.
Looks like 3 members of the Dwarven Ninjas are waiting by a bed, hoping that night will spawn soon, or come soon. And they're using what appears to be a fishing pole with efficiency something on it, because it's just melting through a bunch of blocks. Trunks has slept in the bed, so I assume it is now fully nighttime.
Yes, it is.
And I assume they are going to attempt to run something.
They're just leaving all of the iron that they see alone over on the Boomstick side. I had several chances to grab it. Not really sure what their strategy is over here.
It looks like Trunks may be starting on the second wool section.
Boomstick really did not light up their side very well. But they may be seeing a lot of trouble from mobs. In fact, they're already starting to see that.
Let's see. Dwarven ninjas have triggered their sand trap by using water to take out some lava that spilled over the side.
Oh.
We'll see if that comes back to bite them later.
A lot of PvP in this match.
Yes, we have been seeing a lot more of that too, where teams focus on getting at least a couple of good PvPers, because that can make a huge difference, because a lot of teams break apart when their plan doesn't go according to plan. They get caught in this endless loop of frustration. Trunks is...
Sorry, go ahead.
Trunks is making sure to light up the first platform on the way down to the second wall. But he is not proceeding down further. I think he may be waiting for supplies or has run out of torches.
Still seeing a very low level of resource collection and crafting from Boomstick. I'm seeing them fight mobs by just punching them, and they're having a lot of problems over here. 3 members of their team are just hanging out in the chasm by the bridge. And I'm not sure there's a lot to be gained over here by doing that.
They can't be waiting for night. They may be waiting for some supplies to get delivered if they do have someone going for some of the supplies.
Sea Sniper is knocking down stone with her bare hand.
Let's see. Fold ESI is taking out a couple of the pigman spawners in the section leading up to the volcano. And is lighting it up on the way. picking up the diamond ores that are also along the way. And yeah, the PvP count so far has been heavily in the favor of the Dwarven ninjas, as far as kills go.
They just seem to have, overall, their act is a little bit more organized.
Yes. Well, they were the first to show up, which does bode well for their team.
Important indicator. Some arrow fire going back and forth between the brick towers, but diamond armor for the Dwarven ninjas is going to prove pretty helpful here. Again, 2 of their team members are getting caught shooting at one person in diamond armor. Not very fruitful.
After listening to both the streams, it's pretty apparent that Boomstick is not as prepared as Dwarven ninjas, which is also evident by the gameplay going on.
I guess we were working under the same assumption.
It looked like Boomstick may not have known what the various parts of them, where to find various resources. That they've been doing a lot without any tools at all, any swords or pickaxes. Yeah. Earlier, I saw somebody trying to mine stone without any pickaxe, just punching it. It's pretty dire over here.
Full DSI is slowly advancing and lighting up the lead up to the volcano section. Let's see if there's any progress on the second wall.
Full Desi was just saying in Mumble actually that he thinks he can run it probably real quick. The third wall that is, and that second wall will probably be the hardest one for them to get.
And the second wall section looks like they've passed the second turn. I see 2 diamond armored members here, Trunks and Pokemon 64. Pokemon 64 was the one who secured the cyan wall.
They're double teaming
the water section.
I'll head over to the volcano and see if anything is going on.
He was doing a good job of lighting up the area there and taking out the spawners, so once that's cleared, he can either get assistance or run it himself. There are fire resistance potions, so he may just take one of those and try to gun it.
Desi is indeed attempting the volcano, the third wall.
Is he sparkling orange?
Sorry, what? Oh no, he doesn't have any potion effects yet.
Okay.
But he hasn't actually gotten down to the lava bit. He just ascended the volcano, which is at the very top right now. We'll see if he does indeed drink a fire resistance potion, which will be very useful. And looks like he's going to take out the pigman spawners.
They can get pretty annoying when they try to push you off.
Although he is pretty close to the edge while he's doing it.
There's also the risk that he could accidentally hit a pigman while the spawner is being destroyed.
Would be unfortunate. Which
could be quite unfortunate, yeah. Because there's probably, half a dozen pigmen around him.
Okay. So, he's accessing a chest at the top of Volcano. I think that there is a fire resistance potion in there. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay.
There are a couple strewn throughout, and he's crossed by several of them,
okay.
So I assume he picked one of them up. And I think they're the 8-minute ones, so one is probably sufficient.
Yeah. Warning is coming now, so anyone who hasn't set their spawn won't be able to, but it should be a bit of relief for Boomstick, who still has not lit up their side too well.
Trunks is finishing up the 3rd level of the second wool area. Just 2 more levels to go.
Desi is using a water bucket to try and turn all of the lava into obsidian, and he's actually riding the water down. Actually looks very effective. A quick way to get down without taking any damage. I think it should be pretty successful.
Trunks managed to catch on fire, but I believe he'll be alright. He doesn't seem to have... he got out of it quickly enough that it's probably not going to kill him.
Looks like they have a couple water buckets, actually. He's using water buckets in short bursts to turn the lava into obsidian.
But not cause full spillovers.
Right. Oh, he did update one of the lava bits, so he may run into some trouble with that. His lava's going everywhere right now.
Trunks has made it past the third rung of the second wall. And he's about to use TNT to punch through the lower part. Hopefully he can get away in time. Or he changed his mind on the TNT.
Seth, I'm not sure if you're still over at the third wall area, but I think we have a rule violation right now. Fildesi is outside the lane. Okay, Nosrep
You
just
are
caught it
correct.
too.
That is true.
So he will have to hop off, and it looks like he may have.
Yeah,
based on what I just saw.
Yep.
he just did. Yeah, I did not catch that. Oh.
Yeah, he actually set off one of the lava blocks there. It's now updating and filling the rest of the lava.
And it's
place,
it's gonna hit another bunch on the way down too,
Okay.
which is gonna hit another bunch,
my.
and then it's
Yeah.
gonna be a cascade of lava.
Well, this is going to be tricky for the Dwarven Ninjas, but they have a bit of a hefty lead right now, so I think they can afford it.
Let's see if Boomstick has made any progress on the Cyan wall.
Still some PvP going on in the brick towers between the two teams.
No indication that Boomstick has retrieved the Cyan wall or the second wall, which I believe is... if I don't know what color it is. Lime. Trunks is dealing with cave spiders on the second to last rung of the second wool section.
This is interesting. The Dwarven Ninjas have built a little bridge across the water so that they can move across more quickly. On the other hand, Boomstick actually has a boat they're using to cross with. Interesting, different choices of strategy.
Now, I believe boats are technically faster than walking, but getting out of them can be obnoxious enough to cause any of that time to be wasted.
Yeah. The sniper.
Though it is probably hard to hit people inside of boats because they sort of seem to jerk around. So maybe harder for the snipers to hit them.
Sea Sniper has made it to the mushroom and soul sand portion of their lane.
Looks like he may be tunneling under it as well, which is what the Dwarven Ninjas did.
Not sure. I don't think so.
Pokemon and Trunks of Dwarven Ninjas are now finally out of the first part of the second to last rung on the second wall chamber.
Numb Feeling and how do I pronounce it again? Ploy Arcos. Still up at the top of the brick towers. They've been here for 10 or 20 minutes now. Just firing back and forth.
It is useful to get players on their walk back from spawn, but if they set their spawn ahead, it may not be useful to have someone stick behind. It's really a question of... Ooh, Trunks almost got knocked off
Numb Feeling
by a skeleton.
Numb Feeling is starting to feel the pain of not having the diamond armor and going up against diamond armor. Still completely untouched their iron blocks and diamond blocks at the beginning of their lane. So.
That was a nice pun there. Numb Feeling is feeling the pain.
Right.
I see what you did there.
Glad somebody did. Super 18 is using unsmelted iron ore to tower his way up. Apparently they don't feel that the iron is useful enough. And he's actually towering up right next to some untouched iron blocks. So it really looks like Boomstick is just disregarding the iron entirely.
Disregard iron.
I'm not sure what they're acquiring though, unfortunately.
Disregard unsmelted iron, acquire smelted iron?
I'm not seeing a
what
whole
they're
lot
trying
of
to do.
smelted iron on their side though. Numb Feeling maybe enchanting something? No, he's just standing around in their brick tower.
Dwarven ninjas have completed the second to last rung on the second wool, and only have a bunch of blazes and creepers to get through. They're also building their bridge with wood right now, which may become problematic if the blazes get any shots off on them. Both members of Dwarven Ninja are currently on fire, but hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. The blaze has gone out of the lane.
My frame rate is dropping pretty heftily, so looks like it might be fixed now.
Occasionally you get some like spawns or super flipping redstones or something that can cause your machine to have an issue. But this is Minecraft, I'm sure you know that.
Oh yeah.
They're having a little bit of trouble with these blazes here on the Dwarven Ninja's assault on the second wool chamber, but they may have just gotten it under control.
There are still several blazes here, and the fire will go right through their diamond armor, so that's a little bit tricky. Luckily they have...
Trunks did drop some water, which could be useful here.
knocking some skeletons off. Looks like they're about ready to attempt it.
Actually, if he can just chain mobs there, he can easily get them to walk right off the edge.
Like these zombies are doing that. That is quite a few mobs in there.
Yeah, I believe that doesn't get as bad if you don't trigger the trap. I'm not sure why I know that, though. I mean, I tested the map out
it looks like they're
before,
going
but
for it.
I don't...
Creeper may... Oh! Actually, that may be helpful. Creeper took out a bunch of mobs.
Yeah. Creepers can sometimes be useful that way. Let's sneak behind here and see if we can... Oh, wow, there are a lot of mobs back here.
He's put down a pressure plate. I wonder if he's going to try and use some TNT to... Oh, and he's poison, too. NS Trunks. NS Trunks?
I'm Storm Trunks.
More creepers. All kinds of problems over there. But second wall has not even been attempted by Boomstick. In fact, to my knowledge, the first wall hasn't either.
I checked a little bit ago and didn't see anyone running it. Looks like they may be tag teaming who's doing the main assaulting until their health regenerates.
Smart tactic.
See, Pokemon may have just run through into the mess. And he backed up again. There is an Ender Pearl down here. I think I might want to pick that up and do something fun with it. Oh, Trunks finally managed to get killed by one of those blazes. I don't know what happened to Pokemon 64, though. Did he also die? Yes.
Still see 3 team members for Boomstick right by the brick tower. One of them is wearing leather armor, but still no iron or diamond. Boomstick.
Yeah, and also no indication that they've attempted the first wall.
Really do wonder what's going on in there. 3 team members are standing around a chest. And in my experience, when 3 team members are standing around a chest, it's not good news.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to hit 3 targets than 1 target when they're right next to each other. Because even if you miss one, you'll hit one of the others. Well, good chance
They're
to hit
not
one of
under
the others.
fire, but they're not really making progress on their lane either. I think they may be just collecting up their supplies, and which may be good, actually. Just trying to collect themselves and figure out a plan for moving forward.
I think Arcos may have managed to get an Ender Pearl on his way down. If he could get diamond armor and sort of Ender Pearl around... You can't Ender Pearl around the bedrock areas, but he could skip over a bunch of the mobs if he aimed high and then punch through the wall and wall himself in before the mobs
Somebody
get
in
there.
diamond armor just
Maybe able to do a...
just bit it. Looks like, yeah, play Arcos.
That was... that's who had the Ender Pearl. Never mind.
Okay, well,
That won't
Boomstick
work.
is now 3/4 of their team are wearing leather armor, so... And it looks like they may be ready to make an attempt on the first wall? Yes. The sniper is making an attempt on the first wall. I will actually go ahead and follow him.
Night is now returning, so they may be able to reset their spawns if they're in
Interesting.
odd
They're using
places.
jack-o'-lanterns to light up the areas by the spawners. I'm not sure that's going to be super effective because the light is blocked out a lot by the water, but
Yeah.
they work.
And it doesn't help them breathe like torches do, which is what we
True.
were seeing. Dwarven Ninja
there are-
where they would drop down a torch
There are
to get
some
an
air
air bubble.
pockets, though, built-in air pockets in the first wall.
Looks like he might be slightly lost.
Well, the jack-o'-lantern does appear to be stopping spawns at this area, but not moving forward for some reason.
Trunks is back at the second wool section and is under heavy fire from all of the mobs that exist there. The blazes seem to be the biggest problem because they prevent you from poking your head out and shooting arrows at trapped enemies.
Well, it looks like Super 18 is now making an attempt for the cyan wall for Boomstick. Oh, actually, 3 of their team members have gone down to try and take on the first wall.
That may be a little extreme because it shouldn't be too difficult as far as PvE goes.
Well, they have 3 team members. One is drowning currently, starting to drown. He doesn't look like he knows how to get to the... And that was it for him. May have been an intentional suicide to try and get to a spawn point. I'm not sure.
I'm seeing if he respawned back at the beginning. Nope, he must have a bed set somewhere.
Super 18 is back at the first wall dungeon, so... and now Sea Sniper is drowning. Oh man, all kinds of trouble here for the Boomstick at this first wall dungeon.
Looks like Dark Dude from Boomstick is potentially gathering some supplies around the chasm here. He's picking up some iron and gold blocks. Or iron blocks, at least. He's leaving the gold ones behind. Let's see if there's been any further progress in the volcano.
Boomstick is just not making any forward progress on this dungeon. Looks like they may be retreating. Yeah. Just retreating to an earlier air bubble. I'm not sure that they know what they need to do to proceed in this dungeon, and just maybe frustration. I don't know.
Looks like Full DSI attempted the volcano section again, and he may have splatted based on the diamond pick and water bucket
I see Full
here.
DSI was slain by a cave spider in my history, but that was a couple minutes ago.
Okay, that was probably it then. Assuming this is his supplies, not somebody else's. He used a water bucket to take care of most of the lava spillage over the edge.
Boomstick is now trying to move forward again in their attack on the Cyan Wool dungeon. Ooh. Super 18 is drowning.
And Sea Sniper seems to have blown up. 3 members of Dwarven Ninjas are now at the base of the second wall and are trying to deal with their blaze problem. blazes can't set you on fire if you're in water, right?
Nothing can set you on fire if you're in water.
Okay, but does the
Yes,
projectile
it still
do
does
damage? Okay. Foldiasai is running in and lighting up the section here, and lots of creepers.
Lots of creepers also for Boomstick as they try to move forward in the Cyanwool dungeon.
That's the first for me that I've ever seen, but I just saw a poisoned blaze.
Poison blaze. I guess were they using the splash potions or?
Either a splash potion or somehow it got into an infighting bit with a cave spider.
Boomstick has used some torches in the air bubbles here. I think that may disable a lot of the spawns from the spawners here, so may be able to make some forward progress on this.
Dwarven Ninjas is having some trouble with the blazes from the enemy side of the map, where they decide to lock on and walk over to give them some
Interesting.
extra
Most
trouble.
mobs won't see you from more than 16 meters away, but they must have wandered just on their own.
Yeah.
Right now, it sounds like Team Dwarven Ninjas are trying not to get stuck into what has been labeled a pain loop by some. They are talking about pulling back from the second wool and refocusing their efforts possibly on the third wool.
Well,
Okay, I mean, it is extremely mobbed up in that
looks like
section.
Boomstick may be experiencing something similar in the first wool, but they have been making some slow forward progress, so...
Yeah, right now, a lot of the talk going on in the Dwarven Ninja stream is of keeping calm, taking deep breaths, all that kind of thing. That way you don't get stuck panicking and lose the advantage that they already have right now.
And again, it is perfectly legitimate to say that you need to take you stand up, stretch, and not spend the next 20 minutes doing the same thing over and over again and getting more frustrated. You need to have, as a competitor, you need to have those moments where you're not stuck in that pain loop.
Right now we're watching Pokemon 64 Dwarven Ninjas make his way down the volcano. Not the normal person that was running it. Fuldesi was taking his turns on it, but I think they're trying to switch things up.
Full DSI is attempting the second wall and is doing surprisingly well. He has fire resistance potions used, so the blazes are not going to be much of a problem for him. But the creepers and zombies, maybe.
I don't know if you caught that, but earlier he accidentally killed Ploy of the same team, just by accidentally punching him a few extra times whenever he was trying to help him out.
Yeah, I do see Ployerkos here trying to help deal with the blazes.
Both of the players attempting Cyan Wolf or Boomstick have been shot down. And like their attempt is going to be pretty hampered for now. There was a third member running to join them, but he is turning back. They're not making much progress here.
Yeah, this section is
Pokemon 64 just made a bad mistake over here. Another lava cascade.
it looks like he burned to death as well. But yeah, this section over
he
here
started from the bottom.
is completely mobbed up. I think he may just want to try to run it and wall in really close. Full DSI is doing that. He has made it into the wool room. Let's see if he can seal himself in. He could technically do the pass-around method. There is enough of a gap here. There is lava ahead, though, so he may have to step into lava to do it.
3 team members are trying to make progress now. Actually, it looks like they may be trying to blitz the Cyan Wool, but I'm not sure it's going to work for them. One team member is drawing fire, actually, for the other as he blitzes through, but it looks like they have all died. Did not make it through.
Full DSI has lime wool. He ran in, grabbed it, and ran out. And looks like he's made it.
Okay, so that is 2 wolves
Just needs
for the Dwarven Ninjas and none for Boomstick.
Full DSI is getting chased by a blaze, but he may be safe. He placed them down in a place where they should be able to get it successfully if he doesn't make it back out.
Passed around.
They didn't do a pass around. He just placed it on the way out.
Okay, I see.
To a place they should be able to successfully avoid the spawns.
Now, blazes can actually destroy the wool.
Yes. But they're not going to fire at empty wool if there's no one on it.
Sea Sniper has actually made it all the way up to the wool room. Still under heavy fire, though, from skeleton. Oh. Could not make it up through the glass to get into the wool room. Just tried to blitz it through, and it just didn't quite work out.
We have a handoff here, so both Fold ESI and Trunks have lime wool in their possession.
Mark 2 just tried to do the same thing.
So the only wool remaining for the Dwarven Ninjas is I believe it's orange, inside the volcano.
Super 18 just suffered the same fate. They seem to be just coming back, trying to blitz through and not making it, and it appears to be what is referred to as a pain loop, where they are just trying the same thing over and over, not making progress. Be very rough, very frustrating.
Yes, doing the same experiment over and over again and expecting different results. Not always the best choice. Let's see if we have any members of Dwarven Ninja inside the volcano.
I'm going to take a step outside of the wool room and see what else is going on the lane. Ah, sunlight. The problem with the pain loop
Yes.
in the first wool dungeon here is it's so dark underground. It actually kind of can affect your mood and your frustration level.
Well, if it was still nighttime, which it isn't anymore, it's now probably
Yeah, it is.
11 a.m. Minecraft time.
10:30.
They could have possibly dropped some beds down in there so that the reset time wouldn't be as bad. But
They do appear to be to have a bed very close by, and they are making it back pretty quickly after they die. But they still lose supplies every time they die because it's really hard to recover them underwater.
that actually reminds me. Is there anything specific in the Reddit rules about using beds to circumvent bedrock
you're not allowed
barriers?
to
I
use
know there's rules about
any method of instant
Ender pearls.
teleportation, which
I believe there
includes getting into a bed or a minecart.
Okay.
The original rule came about because of
Okay.
a potential exploit with minecarts. So it's the same sort of thing with any beds.
Yeah. Okay.
Super 18 is making his way towards the
I was going to
volcano. So we'll see if he makes some serious progress with that.
Looks like Sniper is running the water dungeon again. I bet he knows it like the back of his hand by now.
I think you guys were talking about the same team wipe they had in the water tunnels there. I saw that first person, and they were trying to get ahead with a pumpkin to kind of light things up, but it just didn't work out for dark.
They do have some jack-o'-lanterns under there, and they actually are preventing a lot of the spawns. But so it is helping them get farther along in the dungeon, but it's just not quite enough.
I don't see any members of Dwarven Ninja in the volcano, and no indication that anyone from Boomstick has even made it this far down the map.
I just now realized that Dwarven Ninjas built a tunnel underneath the swamp. That's actually a new tactic that I haven't seen yet.
Looks like Fold ESI may be heading back to the volcano
Super
to try to run
18
it.
seems to have aborted any move on the volcano he was going to make. He is heading back over the swamp very slowly for Team Boomstick. And interestingly, we're seeing NS Strunks in leather armor, despite the fact that that team has diamond and armor. So it looks like they may have lost enough that they're starting to run out on resources, which can actually be pretty detrimental when you're trying to run those mob dungeons.
However, I don't think they have any mob dungeons left.
Oh,
they have
okay.
the lime wall. It's just the volcano, which is not particularly mobbed up.
What's funny is I'm actually looking at Full Desi, who, contrary to his skin, actually does have diamond armor on again. I guess he has recovered that from the bottom of the second wool pit.
They may have traded. That could be where his why he's wearing leather armor now. Trunks, that is.
Another water attempt on the volcano.
Some Minecraft issues again.
Fix your game, Jeb. Let's see, full DSI is maybe a third of the way through the volcano as far as number of turns. Heading down in Minecraft is a lot easier than heading up or left or
My
right.
game is now.
As long as you're using water to do it.
It is now fixed. Okay, well they have armored up at least for their attempts. Boomstick is armored up for their attempt on Cyan Wool. Oh, you know what? There's a hole in the Cyan Wool. It looks like they may have actually grabbed it. I'm not sure. I'm going to look around and see if I can find if they've placed any. But Sea Sniper was heading in with leather armor, and he's come back out. So it makes me think that they probably have grabbed the Cyan Wool.
Full DSI is downing a fire resistance potion. He's also being very careful to check to see where the void lane boundary is, because with all the cobble generated by the bucket attempts, it's a little confusing.
Can they hear when we open the chests if we're vanished?
I don't think so.
I'm still not seeing... Okay, thank you. I'm still not seeing any Cyan Wool being placed for Team Boomstick, but I do believe that they have some. So, oh yeah, I see some in Numb Feeling's hand. Looks like he is moving to place it on their victory monument, perhaps, or something. They're actually going back to their spawn point. Not really sure why. Okay, yes, he's trying to put it on the victory monument. Now there is a clause for if the match goes to 2 hours, whichever team has more wools on their victory monuments will be declared the winner. So
is the winner, yes.
Numb Feeling is using Cyan Wool to tower up to the victory monument in order to place.
Oh, they don't even know where the victory monument is.
No, they know. Numb Feeling knows.
That is unfortunate.
Numb Feeling is heading up there, and he's got it.
Full ESI has reached the orange wool. Let's see if he can make it back
That would be
out.
the final wool then for
yes.
Dwarven Ninjas. Numb Feeling has placed their Cyan Wool. On the opposite side, Dwarven Ninjas have actually placed their lime green and Cyan Wools, so they're in a good position here.
And they should have backups as well, because I know they have at least 2
I've seen some
lime
Cyan
wools
Wools placed on the ground too. Alright, well, looks like the game may not be too much longer.
Yeah, unless something happens to full ESI on the way back. Though that fire resistance potion is an 8-minute one, so he's got plenty of time to swim through this lava to get to the easier spots to ascend from. He's pillaring up using soul sand, which apparently is provided in great supply. Full DSI placed some orange wool in a precarious place that could potentially
looks
catch
like it
on
probably
fire
will.
if some. Ooh, and his fire resistance potion
Yeah, I
just
heard
ran
some
out.
damage.
But he immediately put down a water bucket. This is going to be a little tough. He's going to have to get rid of some of this lava to not step into
Gotta
the
be
lane.
really careful about updating whatever unupdated lava there may be. It's kind of hard to tell where the updated lava and where the unupdated lava is. Oh, he has lit himself on fire, but looks like he was able to put it out. Not in the void lane still, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. He's making sure to bridge out a little bit further than other times.
He is almost in the clear here.
Let's see what happened to that orange wool he placed down there. It's surprisingly still alive.
Gotta be careful about updating. Oh, never mind. Okay, he is doing. I'm not sure this pass around is gonna work.
I'm not sure if he can.
I don't think he can
actually, I
place
think
it anymore.
he can get
Actually,
it.
since if he had removed only one of those nether blocks, he might have been able to reach it. But I don't think he can reach far enough to place. Maybe. No. Yeah, there
Yeah, he
it is.
can-
The place
You
around
guys watching the
has
pass around
occurred.
too?
So,
Nice.
looks like there shouldn't be much that's able to prevent the Dwarven ninjas from collecting all of their wools. Very smart.
I bet they had to search around to find that spot because there really aren't many places where that.
He may have looked
Could
over
work.
at the last second to see from the other side to see where he could do it. He is on fire again.
I guess there's a
Ooh.
spot down. There's a spot down here where it probably would have been better. Sort of right where at sort of ground level. With the netherrack where it should have been easy to pass around, it would have been on the
I do
correct side
see,
of the
yeah,
mountain.
that's true. But this will work too.
Because honestly, having a teammate fetch that would have been a lot faster than having him get all the way out of
That is
the.
interesting. There is some lava that is just
volcano
not
here.
being turned into cobblestone by the water. It looks like it may actually be a bug in the game.
That occasionally happens.
Bugs in this game?
No.
Are we talking
Maybe
about
it says
the same game,
Minecraft?
dude?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's almost home free. He's only got one minor turn and then a fairly standard straight up pillar.
Well, it looks like something has occurred for Boomstick. They've actually maybe made an attempt on their second wool. No, never mind. That's actually just it may have been an explosion of some sort. I'm seeing a lot of deaths. Wow. A lot of deaths on Boomstick side, so not sure what's causing that.
Well,
Oh,
the majority of the Dwarven ninjas are able to exert PvP pressure because they have
looks
no
like
other
Pokemon
tasks to do.
64 has built a version of Ethos Cannon, although he did blow it up. So, but he was firing across the other side. I think perhaps trying to take out their chests full of supplies. I'm not sure. Oh, came close. Yeah, a lot of
Full
lot of mobs
DSI is almost out of the
a lot of
volcano.
mobs on Boomstick side. They're really just making things very difficult. The skeleton camping on their bridge across the chasm, and creepers have been blowing up lots of stuff.
Yeah, that's another strategy we haven't really seen utilized that in a map that is known to be long could be very useful is just carpet bombing. If there's a lot of TNT on the map, carpet bombing where torches are. Because the mob spawns alone could be
especially when
extremely useful for your
you've
team.
bombed it, it makes it a lot harder to navigate. So if you have a really difficult to navigate area with a bunch of skeletons and creepers, it can be quite difficult to get through. Boomstick still having a lot of trouble moving down their lane.
Full DSI is out of the volcano and is using water to drop down. A spider's locked onto him. He placed some wool as soon as he hit the bottom. He also washed away a bunch of the torches that he placed earlier, but doesn't look like he's getting too many spawns.
It's like Boomstick may be getting a bit frustrated. And may have given up a little bit.
Full DSI couldn't resist picking up diamonds on the way out.
Hard to resist diamonds.
If you play a lot of Minecraft, it's you're like, I gotta pick up the diamond. We're seeing some material swaps here. I believe now both Ploy and Full DSI have orange
That is
wall.
correct. Oh! They
And
engaged
somebody
the
activated the
zombies.
zombie
It may
pigman.
have actually been an intentional move from Boomstick.
It would be the perfect
yeah.
time to do it, but it was not
No.
effective.
Super 18 was just killed by Zombie Pigman, so it may have been an intentional move on his part. Wait, who
Someone set
did?
off the pigman bomb.
Was that intentional by the by Boomstick?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't see
Because
it.
that was a good time for it
not
to
quite good
happen.
enough.
Yeah.
Maybe 45 seconds earlier would have been a little better, but that was a really good time there.
Looks like very close to completing the
Orange wool is
course. Made
slowly
it across the
moving up.
bridge. That's the last choke point that you have to really worry about. So, a few seconds away from a victory for Dwarven Ninjas.
I don't think Ployarchos has an orange wool. He died on the way up, but Full DSI does in hand.
And that's it.
There we go. Victory goes to the Dwarven Ninjas.